Today, the story Grandma is going to tell you is called The Field Mouse That Ate Fingernails. The Boy with a Bad Habit. Once upon a time, in a small thatched roof house deep in the mountains, lived a boy named Jae-woo. Jae-woo was a sweet and smart child, but he had one very bad habit. He used to bite his fingernails and toenails and spit them out just about anywhere. Jae-woo, when you clip or bite your nails, you must gather them in one place and either burn them in a fire or bury them in the ground. If a field mouse comes at night and eats them, we will be in big trouble, his mother would always warn him earnestly. He just brushed it off as nagging. What could possibly happen if a mouse eats some fingernails? Jae-woo would carelessly clip and toss his nails in the corner of his room, under the wooden porch, and even right in the middle of the yard. The midnight thief. Then, one night, a very small and clever field mouse crept into Jae-woo's room through a crack in the door. The field mouse found a piece of Jae-woo's thumbnail lying in the corner and chewed it up. Crunch, crunch. What is this flavor? It's nutty, and I feel my strength surging. Because it tasted so good, the field mouse searched the room and ate up every single one of Jae-woo's scattered nail clippings. The more nails it ate, the more a strange change began to happen to the mouse's body. Its tail got shorter, its fur fell out, and its body grew as large as a human's. Its face slowly changed into Jae-woo's face too. Finally, even the mouse's voice became exactly the same as Jae-woo's. The fake Jae-woo. The next morning, Jae-woo woke up and stepped out into the yard with a light heart. But standing right there in the yard was a boy who looked exactly like him. Jae-woo gasped in shock and screamed, "Who are you? Why do you have my face?" The other Jae-woo in the yard looked back at him and sneered.
"Who am I? I'm Jae-woo, the son of this house. Why are you screaming in my yard?" Hearing the commotion, Jae-woo's mother and father rushed out of their room. His parents' eyes went wide with shock when they saw two identical sons standing in the yard. The two boys were completely identical. Their clothes, their faces, their height, and even their voices. What on earth is going on? Which one is my real son? His father asked, clutching his head. The real Jae-woo thumped his chest in frustration and pleaded, "Father, Mother, I am the real Jae-woo. That fake stole my face." Then the fake Jae-woo, the transformed field mouse, pretended to cry and said, "Mother, I am the real Jae-woo. That guy must be a monster. The red silk pouch that Father bought for me at the market last month is hidden deep inside my desk drawer. If you don't believe me, go check."
His father quickly went into the room, opened the drawer, and sure enough, the red silk pouch was exactly where the fake Jae-woo said it would be. The truth was, the field mouse had been roaming around the room every night, watching and learning all of Jae-woo's secrets. His parents tilted their heads in confusion, and this time asked a question about their family history. "Then, what kind of trees are planted next to your grandfather's grave on the mountain behind our house?" Before the real Jae-woo could even open his mouth to answer, the fake Jae-woo shouted out first, "There is one large chestnut tree and some small bamboo plants." For the field mouse who scoured the mountain every night, answering that was a piece of cake. The real Jae-woo was so flustered that he just stammered and stuttered.
Go check. His parents' eyes turned cold. His father raised a wooden club toward the stammering real Jae-woo. You wicked monster! How dare you pretend to be our son? Get out of this house at once! Father, Mother, it's really me. Please believe me. The real Jae-woo cried and shouted, but his father mercilessly pushed him out the front gate. Along with the heavy clank of the gate shutting, Jae-woo saw the fake Jae-woo smiling wickedly through the gap in the doors. Kicked out of his home, the real Jae-woo had nowhere to go. He resented his parents for not recognizing him, and he was terrified of the fake who had taken his place as their son. As night fell, the homeless Jae-woo headed to an old Buddhist temple deep in the mountains. In the temple lived an old blind head monk. Jae-woo bowed at the monk's feet, weeping bitterly, and poured out the whole story of what had happened. The monk listened to Jae-woo's story in silence. After a deep sigh, he spoke. This is all because you carelessly threw away your fingernails and toenails. The vital energy a person receives at birth also resides in their nails. That cunning field mouse ate them for a long time, stealing your energy to take on your exact form. Jae-woo beat his chest in regret. Monk, I was wrong. Please help me return to my parents. I'm about to lose my entire home and family. The monk thought for a moment, then walked over to a shed behind the temple. He came out carrying a large basket. Inside the basket was a cat with fierce, piercing eyes. Hide this cat in your coat and go home. Release it silently in front of that fake. Then the truth will be revealed. Jae-woo hugged the cat tightly, bowed to the monk several times, and as soon as dawn broke, he ran all the way home without stopping. Jae-woo arrived and banged loudly on the front gate. Father, Mother, please give me one more chance. The gate opened, and his father stepped out with a deep frown. Behind him, the fake Jae-woo swaggered out, acting like the real son. You scoundrel! Haven't you learned your lesson yet? How dare you come back here? His father scolded. The fake Jae-woo also sneered and said, This is my house. If you don't leave right now, I'll report you to the magistrate. At that very moment, the real Jae-woo pulled the cat from his coat and tossed it right at the fake Jae-woo's feet. Meow! A sharp cat's cry echoed through the yard. Hearing that sound, the fake Jae-woo's face instantly turned as white as a sheet. He started trembling violently and backing away. The cat unsheathed its sharp claws and let out a low growl at the fake. Save me! It's a cat! A cat! As the fake Jae-woo screamed and tried to run away, the cat pounced like lightning, scratching the fake's face and cheeks with its sharp claws. Squeak! Squeak! Instead of a human voice, sharp mouse squeaks burst from the fake Jae-woo's mouth. As his parents watched in utter shock, the fake Jae-woo's body began to shudder and slowly shrink. The human skin disappeared, replaced by gray fur, and a long tail popped out from his backside. In just a few seconds, the sturdy boy was gone, and a fat field mouse was frantically scurrying around on the yard floor. The cat didn't miss its chance. In one swift motion, it bit down hard on the back of the field mouse's neck as it tried to flee across a straw mat. The mouse thrashed around a few times and then grew completely still. Silence instantly fell over the yard. The father, who had watched everything unfold, dropped his wooden club. The mother collapsed to the ground and burst into tears. My goodness, was that really a mouse? We thought a mouse was our son. His parents looked at the real Jae-woo. Jae-woo's hands were covered in scratches, and his face was stained with tears from all his hardships. His father pulled him into a tight embrace. Jae-woo, this foolish father failed to recognize you. I am so sorry.
His mother also held his hands and wept loudly. My poor baby, how scared and heartbroken you must have been. Wrapped in his parents' arms, Jae-woo shed tears of deep relief, and he made a firm decision. He would never, ever throw his fingernails and toenails just anywhere again. From that day on, whenever Jae-woo clipped his nails, he always carefully gathered them in a piece of white paper and either burned them in the fire or buried them deep in the ground. Of course, he completely cured his bad habit too. Jae-woo took good care of his parents with deep devotion, and they all lived happily ever after. How was it? Did you enjoy the story? Now, let's make sure we always throw our fingernails and toenails safely in the trash bin too. Grandma's story is over now. Sleep tight, my sweet grandchildren. Good night.